Okay, so hi, it's Gerald Donovan here, the Grand Seiko guy, and we're going to try something different in terms of how we list the watches that we have for sale. I've got a backlog of about 25 to 30 pieces that need to be shot and put on the website, and I thought maybe it's a good opportunity to take a slightly different approach to what we've done before, which was always to sort of shoot the watch photographically from multiple angles. I thought maybe videos might be a better option going forward than so many photographs. Certainly over the last few months, we've sold a lot of pieces privately before actually getting them onto the website. And for those ones, really just sort of did a beauty shot, which is what we post on Instagram, and then used video to show the watches to the potential customers rather than lots of photographs, which do take a lot of time in processing and getting on the website. So this may help me speed up getting products listed. We shall see. So we're going to kick off with what is an absolutely amazing example of the one of the watches from the 57 Grand Seiko series, the second Grand Seiko. And this is a 43999 AD dial. There were two versions of the dial, the 43999. The SD is the early, rarer one, which we've had in before and sold. This is the AD dial, and you can tell the two apart by looking carefully at the dial code, which is down at the bottom here. This one says made in Japan, and then the code there is 43999T0. So that's how to spot this one. Apart from that, the dial is identical. This watch is in, just couldn't believe it when this came in. This watch is in absolutely incredible condition. Let me just flip it over so you can see the rear side as well. I'm not going to call this mint. As you'll see from the photographs, it has hairline scratches, but I don't think this has ever been polished, and the case back is quite simply the best case back I've ever seen on a 57 series. Absolutely beautiful. I'll just move it around a little bit in the light so you can just see just how well preserved this case back is. We need to get a sticker on this to protect that, because it is absolutely astonishing. So that's the front and the back of the watch, and if we flip it back over now, what I'm now going to do is just put this watch on its side so we can have a good look at the lugs. So as I do this, I'm just going to have to refocus. So let's get that in focus. Okay, and now hopefully you can see just how sharp this case is and why I suspect it has never been polished. Absolutely incredible condition. We have to just refocus again there. Okay, and you'll also see this from the beauty shot, the single photograph that we're going to publish, just how good this one is. We'll go and have a look at the other lugs as well. It's interesting, you often see watches and you think, oh, has that been polished, has that not been polished? And then you see one that hasn't, and you know instantly that it hasn't been molested at all. So just to show you the lugs on that, absolutely incredible watch. We'll just put it down again and set the focus back. The watch is running very well, very strongly. I think this has obviously had a recent service in Japan, so we're not going to send it off for servicing. It's running pretty almost within spec, and very strong in terms of no beat error at all, and a strong amplitude as well. Let's just have a look at the movement then. So if I'll flip it over, and I've already loosened this case back, so I can just take it off with my thumbs, and there we can see let's turn it over, get the text in the right direction, and then we can just see just how clean and beautiful that movement is. These are the 57 Grand Seiko series is very, very common. They're obviously made in huge numbers. There's 4 different versions in stainless steel. I mentioned the two 43999s before. There's also the 57229990, which has the same movement as this one, but they just renumbered the movement to 5722A. And then there's the 57229991, which has the 5722B movement. So let's just put the case back on. Awkward to do this under the camera. Come on, bite. There we go. Okay. And we'll tighten that up later. So what I'm proposing to do now is I will post on the website a page for this watch where we will show this video, which obviously also is published to YouTube, and the beauty shot, which will get also shared to Instagram. Just one final thing just to wrap up about this watch, which is quite interesting. This was never seen in any of the Seiko catalogues, because the first proper Seiko catalogue of the 1960s didn't come out until 1966. This watch dates from December 64. The earliest 4399s, the SD dials, they actually date from around August or September 1963. So by the time the first catalogue came out, which was in 1966, as I said, this watch had already been superseded by the 5722A movement, so in the 57229990. And what we have as the background here, which is quite interesting, so I'm going to move the watch away now, is an issue of Seiko News. This was the monthly newsletter that was sent out to retailers back in the 60s. And this actually, on this, as we're looking at the back cover, we can see this actually has a photograph. And this we can tell by the dial code, even though you can't read it, you can tell by the shape of where the writing is. This is the 57229990. So I'm just going to note, I didn't mention the crown, note that this is shown still with the coarse crown, which is what should be correct, I believe, for the 57229990 and all of the 43999s. So we'll just flip this over. So this is the, can we zoom out a little bit? No. Oh, yeah, there we go. So this is the January 1966 issue of Seiko News. As per the back cover, we can see that already the 43999 have been superseded, but this is a very interesting issue of Seiko News because it has in it an article on the production of the 57 GS series, or the Grand Seiko Self-Data, as it's referred to. And I'm just going to flip to the page here, and having difficulty opening this because of where the tripod is. Didn't think of that in advance. Okay, here we go. So this is a really interesting article. We've actually scanned this and put this on the website already, so I'll link to that in the on the page for the website. But what we can see here is at the top of the article there is a picture of a 57 series, and if we zoom in and look at that dial code pattern there at the bottom, we can see that it has longer text on this side, that's made in Japan, and then the shorter text on this side, which is the 43999 TD. So this is the only instance of contemporaneous documentation that we know of that actually shows this watch. So that's a nice little extra that we can validate based on a vast collection now that we have of the old catalogues and Seiko News and Seiko sales from the 1960s and 1970s. So just to wrap up, we'll just go and have a look at the watch again, come back in and just leave that ticking. And there you go. So if anybody's interested in this watch, do fill out the form on the website where you can contact us if you're interested in purchasing. The price will be listed on the website as well, of course. And anybody who needs additional information about the watch, more photographs, more videos, etc., please do get in contact. As I say, these days we do sell the majority of watches before they even hit the website that we get coming into stock. Often in conversation over WhatsApp or Messenger, so we can share things one-on-one with people. Okay, there you go. Let me know in the comments whether you think this works as a way to present a watch, whether you've seen everything you need, whether you think I should have concentrated more on different aspects of the watch or not. But hopefully you managed to get across the incredible quality of this piece, and look forward to hearing from prospective collectors who might be interested through the website. Okay, thank you very much indeed. Bye.